I go, what?
Well, hopefully it records what we're saying. I don't know. I call people, and there's several people say they can't hear what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Obviously, the reason I was, well, still am angry, obviously. I'm not going to get magically happy about the abuse I'm taking. But one of the things is that, the evidence that I have needs to be taken seriously, but I can't get anybody to look at it. Nobody's ever got time, even if they say that they will, even if they're witnesses. Today I went to the services. I was blown off again because I had to go in alone. And with the situation with Molly, the cops should have investigated that. That is their job, and they create a risk for myself and everybody else here.
Yeah.
Now, when I have meltdowns, they treat me like I'm a monster who never tried to get help. They sent me to Tillamook Family Counseling Center again. Tillamook Family Counseling Center was there in January when I was assaulted by the doctors. So I need somebody to vouch for the fact that I'm telling the truth, and that, the situation that you were there for, I was telling the truth about.
Yeah.
Your family was witness to the situation. I did have to post a lot of stuff on the internet that I didn't want to. I was hoping that it would come through, and I was hoping that it would turn out all right, but it didn't. It resulted in, me being in town was unsafe. Me going to the cops was unsafe. Today, I talked to Janelle Boggs, who used to work at TFCC.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get her to do her job as a mandated reporter. They pull this whole, we're not going to let you be mentally ill or physically disabled now because you're trying to get the services of somebody who's disabled, and obviously you and your family are aware of how shitty that is.
Yeah.
But also family makes it run smoother and makes it work better.
Right.
When your mom and I went to the Department of Health and Human Services for the Age and Disabilities office, the first time we went, the lady listened. The second time, I had to go in alone, and that lady that I talked to was a different lady, and she was very rude and very much playing stupid, saying the opposite of what I was told when I was just
Yeah.
Well, I record all these things. They're on YouTube. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I need somebody to verify that it is real, that I am in a very real health and safety risk, that I cannot come into town because of things that actually did happen, have happened, and continue to happen.
Right.
And that the people that these things happened with, they're recorded on my channel. There's lots of witnesses. You know that you're recorded on my channel.
Oh, yeah.
Scott knows he's recorded on my channel. Your dad knows he's recorded on my channel.
Yeah.
But when I tried to turn in those recordings to the police, they absolutely refused. So, me having to post what I do on the internet now, it's not something that I want to do, and it's been like that since way back at the beginning. What I wanted is the abuse to stop.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm given the mentally ill tag. Oh, well, you're too disabled to have the rights of a human being, but you're too human to have the rights of a disabled person, and this needs to stop. And I need someone to, instead of I'm sorry about it, and I might be able to make some time in August of 2037, maybe. I need someone to recognize that this is a very real safety risk, and that, if you look at my car, does that look like a healthy living condition?
No.
Does that look safe to drive? Do I seem mentally safe to drive?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time I have to fake it till you make it, but my attention span is nowhere because I'm constantly in a state of fear.
Yeah.
The other thing is, a lot of the people that I went to for help, including witnesses, it ended up being a hate and anger thing because I had to post stuff on the internet that I never wanted to. What I wanted them to do was turn it in with me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got hundreds of recordings with people who claim that they tried to turn stuff in. The cops on my paperwork say I never tried, or they sent me where they're supposed to, but they didn't. I've got the recordings with Tillamook Family Counseling Center. The assault that happened on the 28th, I tried telling them about it. The cops did the same thing they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
The same thing my friends and family do. Oh, we're too busy. We've got too much this, too much that. We can't provide you with a place to sit down and do that. You have to do that yourself. You have to call this place. You have to call that place. Here's 4 more numbers you already called in Tillamook Family Counseling Center. They keep pushing like crack. Meanwhile, what they should have done is called up a social worker immediately, both times that I was at the hospital. So I need someone to explain that I'm telling the truth. I also, now that I've got the ability to send it to you, are you able to watch videos on your phone?
Yeah.
I want to send you the thing with Marcia Estrada, and also I'll text you my email address.
Okay.
I want, before we're able to it might not happen before tomorrow. If we're able to go tomorrow, though, I'd like to listen to the recording of Marcia Estrada
Okay.
and recognize that most of the people she mentions in there, Tamara, Scott Costa, and a lot of other people, the people that she mentions in there are my predators, and she talks about being previously aware of them anyway.
Gotcha.
Now, with you seeing me speaking with officers, obviously I've come in to talk to Caleb on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
The cops are making me do their jobs, and this is something that is literally as wrong as it can get.
Right.
And the situation with Farnsworth, the help that he needs, they're not providing. They're using him as an excuse to look the other way and use the mentally ill tag to harm people like me, people like your brother, people like, well, a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know? So I was hoping to be able to show you some evidence, but you're getting ready to leave real quick.
Yeah, we're within the next hour. We're supposed to be heading out. So, but I will tell you, and you're gonna actually like this one. So, the hospital here, we've always known it as the Tillamook Slaughterhouse. It sucks. It's horrible. Okay. I was informed yesterday that the Portland hospitals are supposed to be within the next couple of months supposed to be coming down and reevaluating everyone at our hospital, which hopefully should help, with the hospital here. I'm hoping. I'm not holding high hopes, but I'm hoping,
Well,
but
what I'm hoping from you is to, like, tomorrow, we hopefully are able to submit in. If I have to wait for 2 months, I'm going to be abused a lot more in the next 2 months and blown off a lot more, and that needs to be impressed on. And also the fact that I am disabled, that I do have meltdowns on my channel. I don't hide them.
Yeah.
I'm not some psycho out to kill people. I'm somebody who's trying to turn in law enforcement who sends me on a wild goose chase on their job, and all these other places do too. They're supposed to work together.
Yeah.
But the police will leave as soon as one of these services show up, and then these services will leave as soon as the cops show up. I still don't have a place to do it, and then they'll both come together when I'm trying to turn them both in. Then they'll come together to intimidate me.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you come together to help me? Why couldn't the cops do something other than intimidate?
Yeah.
And that's what they've done already with Officer Mike with the situation with Farnsworth. Like, these are all situations that are actually happening. And obviously the conditions that I'm living in are not great. Obviously, with my electronics being broken, my ability to make phone calls, being forced to do it in Fred Meyer's. Yeah. You know what happens if I do that in Fred Meyer's, I'll get kicked out.
Right.
There's also the situation with Molly resulting in a lot of excess attention because she tried to break into the building, and Caleb says that he'll, testify to that, and he'll talk to them, and he's also going to talk to the HR guy. But again, this is something that the police are supposed to do, and that's something that needs to be pushed. These are serious things that happen. I'm not some schizophrenic. I do have both the paperwork and the recordings with Marcia Estrada that show that I'm telling the truth.
Right.
And also, I was hoping to be able to show you how much evidence I have. And there's a lady at the other end of town named Vicki Rain. She was able to convince me to do a lot of things that were against my best interest by making empty promises. Now, much like your brother, it's a situation where she has some problems that I wasn't aware of at first. Mm-hmm. And as a result, she had a panic attack of her own, which I can understand.
Right.
But she's not understanding of mine, plus she screwed me out of about, the equivalent of about $500. Mm-hmm. Now, I only invested what I did into doing things her way, but she was going to help me. Yeah. And in exchange, basically it was going to be she was going to be my support network so I could make the calls and she could look at the evidence. And the whole time I was there, she kept having some quirk why she couldn't this, she couldn't that. I had to spend 2.5 hours trying to find the mandated reporter training videos and transcripts. And then there's all the stuff that she wanted me to do that I'm not physically able to do, but she assumed that I could. And that's another thing. I was hoping you'd be able to take a look at my paperwork and recognize that I do have the diagnoses that I have, and also that I have been to the hospital for the things that I said that I did, and that these guys really do need to provide me with a safe place to do it.
Yeah. No, so my thing is I know without a shadow of a doubt your diagnosis, it doesn't, paperwork is paperwork. I understand because documentation. Trust me, I get it.
But you also know people who are schizophrenic.
Right.
Am I schizophrenic?
No.
You're about the 3 dozen person to say that on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with schizophrenia is I've seen you literally sit there and talk to your phone. Not talking to people, talking to people online. You're not talking, to people that aren't there.
Right. And the situations that happened that you were there for, those were obviously situations that happened.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that they don't understand the sensory overload or the being stuck in public. If you listen to some of the videos where I have to make phone calls in public, that's the only place to do it.
Yeah.
I have to make them from inside of Fred Meyer's. That's the only place I have left. And the only place that I can sleep is the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot, and that's going to expire quick. The cops know I'm trying to turn them in. Tillamook Family Counseling Center knows I'm trying to turn them in. I post it up public because I have to.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to, like even the stuff with your family. I love Scott, I really do. I wanted to get myself some strawberry milk today, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to talk to him if I see him. He's going to mean mug me, and I'm going to walk the other way. But your family doesn't give me any problems. It hurts me all the way. It hurts me emotionally a lot.
Yeah.
And with all the emotional stuff that I've gone through already, and also the fact that I barely know you guys, that's something that it shouldn't hurt as much, but I have no one else.
Right.
You're not on drugs. A lot of the people that I have to depend on are on drugs. They're on drugs and alcohol. I've got that recorded. And, I've shown you a few of the clips and all that, but the reality is the situation with Natalie Bollinger puts my life and my loved ones at risk because cops didn't do their job. My paperwork shows it. But before I can do any of that, I need them to get it seriously taken. The fact that this is a dangerous situation for me and for the people in this town because I am here.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to recognize that. The only person in your family who recognized that was Scott's girlfriend. She seemed to understand it on a level of somebody who's been abused. Which I'm not gonna go into her stuff or make any claims of that. Just she seems to have a good understanding of it. And your mom has an excellent understanding of how to navigate the system and a good repertoire with these people. So she would be able to get a lot of things done that other people couldn't. But with her having to, I don't want to say this to sound rude because I need my ass wiped too, but when she's busy wiping the ass of her own family, it's hard to wipe somebody else's. So it's not an animosity thing, it's a sheer and total fear thing.
No, I get you.
I'm going to send you my email address and the email from Marcia Estrada. But I'll probably send you a couple of mental health places. They all do the same thing. They try to deter me from turning it in. Tell me that it's not their job and send me somewhere else. And none of these places say this in front of each other.
Right.
So then, the cops in the room by myself in the same building as these mental health workers, but they're not matching up and they're not both in the same room at the same time. So one of them lies to me, the other one's not there to catch it, because then there's liability. You knew he was there, you knew he did it, you were in trouble. That's what Tillamook Family Counseling Center on 3 different occasions here just in the last few months, with 2 different occasions up there at the hospital. That didn't need to happen. The first time I was at the hospital, the officers I was trying to turn in showed up. When I explained that was the officer I was trying to turn in, he couldn't leave. So I'll send you a thing of when I was poisoned in Hood River with the doctor. It's called Felon Doctor of Hood River.
Okay.
I'll send you the one from this morning, and I'll send you one from the cop that I spoke with. He was really nice about bullshitting me, though.
Right.
You'll recognize it. And what else was there? Well, basically turned into stuff with Molly and the Farnsworth stuff. And your dad would be a lot more useful at that because he went to school at Farnsworth.
Yeah.
But the other thing is they keep trying to tell me that I can't turn in crimes that were committed against somebody else, and that's an outright lie. Anybody can turn in a crime committed against an adult. The fact that mine is on YouTube and on Facebook so blatant with so many people who claim to be hospital workers, the fact that I've gone to hospitals and told them, the fact that I was assaulted on January 28th, that January 28th assault and the situation with Molly, the situation with Molly, you'd be a lot more useful with, but also the situation at the hospital, the fact that I told the truth about the Molly situation and have so much of it and still don't have a place to go through it, that's obviously not my fault or my choice. And the fact that I can't function in an overwhelming environment, like people walking by and trucks walking by, you can tell it's making me talk fast. Today at my appointment, that lady, she did the same thing as everybody else, but she did it in a much more professional and courteous manner. And she also spoke about her personal experience. She won't do the mandated reporter thing because it doesn't work. She quit her last job because of that.
Yeah.
So basically, I need somebody to go in with me and help explain to them that I can't do these things. And that's why the Marcia Estrada video that I'm going to send you, that's the important one. And if you email me back, I'll also email you the letter that goes with it.
Okay.
It shows my diagnosis. It shows I'm not schizophrenic, I'm not delusional, that I have PTSD, that I'm not psychotic, that I'm not bipolar, and that also bipolar can come across as something else if you don't have all the right information. Same thing with schizophrenia and being autistic or being in a sensory overload thing. So the thing is that the cops and all these services are taking advantage of our disabilities. And they're getting paid for it, and they're not providing the services that we are sent to them for. Not just law enforcement, but also family counselors and the DHS offices here and elsewhere. Another thing to show is like how they treated me when I went in with your mom versus how when I went in alone. Also, there's the fact that I obviously can't use my computer in there, and with Fred Meyers being the only place that I don't have to fear running into Molly or Farnsworth or going into a church where I know that I'm not protected, where they will hear it and see it and do absolutely nothing. Eileen's one of the people that I have to turn in, but I don't want to turn her in. I want her to turn the information in. So I talked to her daughter at the Starbucks at Safeway, and she said to just tell them to call the church. I've got the recordings with the churches that I went to, how they blew me off repeatedly. I've also got recordings about the KKK activity in town from some of these church leaders. I've got multiple pastors and preachers that I went to in this town who blew me off, or one of them even said some pretty horrible things about Farnsworth, about how they've been looking for an excuse to get rid of him. They'd had 7 excuses in under a month. And he's still disabled. He still needs help. I didn't want to deny him those services. I wanted to be safe to go to those places. So then when I'm told to stay away from my predators, but I'm also told to go to these services. If I don't go to the services, I get told that it's my fault that I didn't go, that I'm not trying. And if I do go to these services, I get told that it's my fault that I was victimized by these predators.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
I should have known to go away. So I mean, literally, no matter what I do, I'm screwed. And I need somebody to recognize that and speak up about it, and actually to get angry about the way I've been treated.
No, I get you.
I'd have faith, but I don't want to be that much of a jerk because I've only seen her a few times. And I don't talk to her because it's rude. Kind of. I mean, we live by some really weird standards. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Back hurting?
Holy shit, I just popped it. They said I'm supposed to go to the hospital if I feel it pop, but it pops like 8 times a day at least. So then I go to the hospital and I get treated like a fucking crackhead. Anyway, I just need someone to impress upon them that they need to take it seriously. And they need to stop pawning me off on mental health, because mental health is not recognizing my disabilities or trying against me or looking. And they're pawning me off and making me go extraneous distance of time before they do anything. They have, they're supposed to call it in immediately. None of them did. I had to beg them to do their jobs, and then still, there was nobody in the room. That officer got to sit there with me alone, which was against my request and against my safety, because he was involved in multiple situations. Trent Olson. So, I'll probably, I don't know if you'll have the ability when you wake up tomorrow to browse through a little bit of stuff on my computer so you can see really how much there is.
Yeah.
But the two important things, as far as my evidence goes, I have to be able to get my stuff safely from Vicky Rain, and I would like to do so without any physical altercations or otherwise. I'd like to be able to go there safely. So if there's any way, and I know this is a tough stretch asking your family for anything, especially for me, especially since they'll probably be angry, but I think you'd be able to put them in my shoes easily enough for them to understand.
Yeah,
I'm
mediate.
scared.
No, I get you.
And I did scream a lot of really angry and hateful things, and that's because people are hurting me, and I needed people to understand it is an emergency. And now 6 months later, I'm stranded through it so much.
Yeah.
No service in my community.
No, I get you.
All right. But yeah, if somebody could help to coordinate with me and the cops, it'd probably have to be the sheriff's department to go get my stuff from Vicky.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll wait for you to wake up tomorrow. I'll probably message you around 1.
Okay.
Is there anything that I said or that you said that we should keep private, or can I make that public?
You can make it public. I don't mind.
Cool. Thank you.
I don't ever have a problem.
I do still whine about your family, but I also whine about you. And I also make sure that I stay, I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Right.
That was never my intent. Or hurting me. That happens. People don't get that I have to turn it in immediately, or they'll never do anything.
Yeah.
Hearing that Farnsworth got assaulted 3 times after he was threatening to kill me, and I tried to turn it in, and knowing that he assaulted at least 3 people, 2 of them in my presence, one of them being me, that all of them after the first initial situation, plus probably making all of our lives hell. So, Caleb was there for the start of that. You guys were there for the middle of it, and for some of it at the churches too, because that was First Christian.
Well, that would have been them.
Well, it would have been your family, not
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound like.
Okay.
But also the vehicles, they're bothering me only a little bit, but we're having a private conversation. They're in their vehicles. It's not like I'm stuck in Fred Meyer's with the machines going off, people walking through, and the things dinging, and
everything going off at once. Yeah.
And all them fucking racists every morning. God damn, those guys annoy the shit out of me, but I'm as nice as I can be. I was told 4 of them are retired cops. All right, well, I don't know if you'll have time tomorrow before we're able to go in, because I don't know when everything closes, but I was hoping to... Is 1 o'clock too early?
No, that should be fine.
All right, cool. I'll probably text you that you're uglier than I am, although it's a damn lie.
Doesn't bother me none.
All right.
But now you know where I'm at.
The safety issues with me being stuck in that parking lot down there and it being not exactly legal, and with the sheer amount of expenses, I have to do all this on $800 a month. I can't.
Yeah.
Also, I have to do this through physical disabilities that people don't want to recognize I have, and my paperwork says that I have them, so they need to recognize that.
Right.
Also, according to the DSM-5, it takes 6 months for you to be diagnosed as schizophrenic, and somehow several of the officers that I tried to turn in were able to get hospitals to write it down with just that officer's recommendation. And all of those instances, both of those instances, it was officers I was trying to turn in. They took me to the hospital, told the hospital I was schizophrenic, and the hospital wrote it down. I'm like, you can't do that in 1 day.
Yeah.
It takes 6 months.
Right.
So there's also the fact that the hospitals broke the law, and that's nationwide, but it also follows me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So those felonies committed years ago have an effect on me every single day.
Yeah.
The financial situation and my credit situation and the situation with housing, all of these were created by cops not doing their jobs to investigate the crimes against me or talk to witnesses or collect evidence.
Yeah.
They got people killed. Now, thank goodness, nobody here ended up getting killed while I was trying to get help from y'all, because then I really would have flipped out. And who knows how horribly you guys would fucking hate me right now.
So, as I tell my family and I tell my fiance, I am never afraid to die.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid to die without my evidence being shown or given to somebody who will do something with it.
Right, but no, I mean, like, helping people out. If I die, I die. I don't care. My thing is I live my life every day as if it were my last, because you never know if it's going to be, and that's what I do. That's what I do every day. That's why I still work at Fred Meyer's when I'm supposed to be on Social Security. I refuse to go on Social Security because I would rather, enjoy what I'm doing as much as I possibly can until I can't do it no more.
And that's where I was. Everybody wanted me to get disability, and lots of people, I had to make a deal with them that in order to stay there, I had to apply for disability and get a job. I'm like, those two don't work together, and I'd rather just get a job.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So yeah, that's for certain a real thing. All right, well, you got a trip to go on, so I can probably let you.
Gotta go get dressed.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Oh, I gotta get the charger back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the things though is I'm not asking for people to lie or make things up.
No.
I'm asking them for them to come forward and be honest about what they know and what they've seen.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting until I have to have a massive panic attack, because now I've been victimized for 3 weeks, 3 months, and 3 years.
Right.
And I have a massive panic attack and put everybody's phone numbers on the internet and our conversations. And they're like, why'd you do that? That's so fucked up. I'm like, because people are still hurting me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to end this. And get
Oh, that's so much fun.
All right. I'm going to press cancel. I'm going to give you a dap instead of a hug because I stink to high heaven.
I don't care.
All right. And thank you for not squeezing. You are so much smarter than the rest of these fucking idiots. All right. Be safe,
I'm
Jared.
a hug person. I know how to hug.
Oh, God. Where'd I put my... It's probably still in my car.
What, the keys?
No, my cane. It makes it easier to step off the curb without feeling an impact. You too, Jared. I'll pretend to. Yes, sir. Thank goodness for that. A lot of people don't have time to look at all the evidence, and I get that, and I understand it. Almost where we need to go. Obviously, I did a shit ton of talking there. I don't hate these people. I show the truth because I'm scared. A lot of these people, I treat them the way that I was treated, just a little bit. They completely flipped their wigs if I castrated them, made them swallow their own testicles or something. I guess it does demasculate them a little bit to lose some of their pride. But I never intend harm against anyone. I do speak angry sometimes out of necessity, but I also understand that there are certain things that need to be done before you do those necessary things. when people are threatening to kill you and your family, the necessary thing is to try to turn it in first. Try to defuse the situation. If that doesn't work, try to turn it in. Well, keep on trying to turn it in. If it results in people dying, then goddamn it, you do whatever you fucking have to turn it in. They start threatening to kill your friends and family, then you do what you fucking have to turn it in. Nobody was threatening Leslie Snell's family. And when people are threatening your life over slander, that's pretty fucked up. When cops pretend that you're disabled so they prevent you from taking a report or from making one, or they tell you you have to talk to them and they'll decide if it's illegal. Really? That's not gonna fucking work. Or you're told that you gotta go to the Dual County Sheriff's Department to turn in Sheriff Scott DeCosta of Dual County Sheriff's Department. And you call up Dual County Sheriff's Department and they say we can't investigate ourselves. I already knew that, but I had to get you to say it. Because Nebraska State Patrol kept saying it is your job. So now that I've got you recorded saying it's Nebraska State Patrol's job, I've got evidence of both. I've got evidence that you guys were playing ring around the fuck you. The blue line of goddamn bullshit. By the way, here's the Adventist Church. This is one of the places where I was victimized by Farnsworth, and also one of the places where I went to for the services that they don't actually provide. I keep getting sent here, who says it's not their job and sends me to everyone else. I keep getting sent to Tides of Change. It's not their job, they send me to everybody else. None of them have a safe place where I can sit down and do this stuff, and none of them sit down for enough time to get anything productive actually done. So we'll get Farnsworth turned in by 2028, right? Oh, yes. I can stop here at the post office, see if there's any mail for me, which there probably isn't. I got a thing on my phone that gives me when there's mail. So we'll check just in case. All right. I know that one of my sets of keys has my P.O. Box key on it. Just gotta find it. These aren't it. Although one of those unlocks a box that goes to an AR-15 that's illegal as hell. I tried to turn that in. That didn't work out too good. I ended up in prison and that gun sat underneath a hotel room bed for 7 months. Marcia Estrada, Megan Messigatis was supposed to be helping me to turn that in. God, I got too many fucking keys. Wow, that is a fucking shit ton of pocket change. But on my keys, oh fuck. Shit. Well, that didn't do anybody any fucking good. Just threw my change all over. I guess I'll just have to go in and see if there's any mail in my box. Yep. Seems like that's the only way to do it presently. Fucking food. I guess I can. Take in the big set of keys, although I'm fairly certain there's nothing on them. Oh, there they are. Yes. Da-da-da. My calves are killing me. See if it's too late to go anywhere. 3:57. Maybe about 3 hours. Apparently somebody was installing a neighborhood. Special offer inside. Free gift for newly known members. AARP. AARP. AARP membership. Not that I didn't do what I was supposed to do, it is that I didn't go to these places to fulfill my obligations. It's that they did not fulfill theirs. I needed someone to advocate for me so that I wouldn't get talked over. When I asked, well, why didn't you turn it in when I always did. I always at least tried. Holy shit, something smells like beer. Trying to do this stuff and being stuck in public is ungod-awful inhumane. Now that lady, Vicky Rain, she didn't need to do what she did, and she may not have even intended on doing what she did. They say I should have followed my intuition since I called it before it happened, but you know, I called Natalie's death before it happened. She still died. I called Christine Buhit's death before it happened. It didn't make any difference. She still died exactly how I thought she would, and exactly for the reason why. people don't want to hear that. They want to pretend because I saw it coming like a ton of fucking bricks. I saw it coming like a cock to the face, folks. Just because I saw it coming doesn't make me guilty. I get started back on the road. Hopefully somewhere where I can sit down for a few minutes and try to get something sent out. I'm just sick and tired of people pretending like if we got Down syndrome or cerebral palsy or autism, it means we're too stupid to know what getting hit is. That we're too stupid to know what being abused is. Now you guys get to see, I give you examples of what emotional abuse is. You want to pretend that I don't know what emotional abuse is. I give you examples of it. If you don't understand what it feels like to be verbally abused as myself, listen to my channel when I'm getting verbally abusive back. When you won't hear the things that I have to say in a nice and professional and adult manner. Yes, I am fully capable of being like one of you. Fully capable. It just doesn't occur to you that I tried everything else. All these things you guys tell me to do, I tried. You say, oh, well, you're in a different jurisdiction. I know. That's because the help that I was provided was to ignore stuff that was committed against me and tell me to move without assisting me in having the means to move. I certainly don't have them. I can't both go to court for false charges and pay for my rent. It's not free to travel. And it's not free to have a public pretender either. That's like asking somebody to shoot you in the head. One of them is instantaneous. The other one will stifle you to death slowly over time until there is nothing left but your miserable shell of an existence.